Hello there, welcome to my views and news. Another video for you about ongoing tensions between Ethiopia and Eritrea. There are several dimensions to this new development. Ethiopia has made its position clear. Eritrea has responded, but several things are happening in the background. Tigray is a key player. I read a video last night about Tigray. Now it seems that Eritrea has decided to entice Tigray, to lure Tigray. What is Eritrea saying about Tigray? Uh, Eritrean government is in the habit of launching its narratives through its activists, through journalists, through outlets backed by Eritrean intelligence elements, and we know what uh, Eritrea is up to when we see sudden barrage of criticism against a particular party. It means that sooner or later you would see Eritrea taking that position, which is launched to test the waters through government-backed activists and news outlets. So Eritrea seems to be testing the waters, but it has launched a narrative. Will this narrative appeal to Tigray or not? Is it appealing to Tigray or not? What is this narrative? For the last 3 days, we have been seeing sudden appreciation for Tigray forces. Firstly, it is now being claimed by Eritrean government-backed elements that it was PM Abiy who waged war on Tigray. Eritrea tried to prevent this war. Eritrea asked Ethiopian PM Abiy to talk to TPLF. PM Abiy always wanted to wage war on TPLF. Eritrea tried to prevent it. First point of this new narrative launched. Uh, will Tigray buy this narrative? Is this narrative convincing that Eritrea tried to prevent a war? It is being said that Isaias Afwerki talked to Debretsion and he said, why are you making preparation for a new war? No need of a new war. We can resolve our differences through dialogue. Yes, that was said reportedly by Isaias Afwerki, but to say that Eritrea tried to prevent a war, does it have any evidence that Eritrea made efforts to prevent the war? PM Abiy tried to talk to Tigray. Talks were held, I think. Ethiopian government sent notables to Tigray. Talks did not succeed. What did Eritrea do? Did it try to be part of talks or play any positive role in the talks? I don't know. I have no such information. Secondly, Eritrea is saying that PM Abiy made unilateral moves during a 2-year-long war of Tigray. He decided to withdraw forces from Tigray in June 2021. Eritrea opposed that decision. And then PM Abiy suffered. The Tigray forces took control of Raya. They entered Amhara region and they managed to reach North Shore, Oromia Special Zone. PM Abiy requested Eritrea to support. But that was unilateral move from Ethiopian PM to withdraw forces from Tigray, which cost Ethiopian government. Second point. Third point of this narrative is that the deal, Pretoria deal, and talks which were held in Djibouti under the auspices of US between TPLF and Ethiopian federal government did not have Eritrean representation because PM Abiy did not want Eritrea to be part of talks. So deliberately, Ethiopian PM Abiy kept Amhara and Eritrea out of talks. He did not want inclusive talks. By the way, we know that Tigray refused to sit with Eritrea. That was Tigray's official position, that it was not willing to sit with Eritrea. Eritrea is blaming Abiy, that Abiy prevented reconciliation talks between Tigray and Eritrea, though we know that Tigray itself decided that it did not want to be at the table with Eritrea. Second point. Third point is that which is being propagated by Eritrean government-backed elements is that Tigray should retake Western Tigray now. This is the time. Eritrea won't intervene. Eritrea has no interest in supporting PM Abiy's Ethiopian National Defense Force. Fano is busy fighting in the Amhara region. This is the right time for Tigray to retake its territory. Eritrea is ready to give assurances that it will not enter Western Tigray. It will not support Ethiopian National Defense Force. It won't support anyone if Tigray wants to retake Western Tigray. Now, let's analyze this point. Amhara groups see Eritrea as their ally. Is this ally giving support to Amhara groups? We don't know. But people like Damek Zadu are very close to Eritrea. ASM members trained in Eritrea. So if Tigray decides to take Volkai Tumara Sagade by force, what will Fano do? What will Fano fighters, former ASM members do? Obviously, they'll try to defend Umara Volkai Sagade. What will Eritrea do? Will it remain neutral? Will it support Amhara forces? Will it support Tigray? Or will it stay neutral? Very important questions. I think Eritrea wants, through this offer, Eritrea wants Tigray and Amhara to fight over Volkai Tumara Sagade. If a big fight starts in Volkai Tumara Sagade, obviously ENDA will be involved too. No matter which side wins, it would be, the war would be beneficial for Eritrean government. Ethiopian government won't be able to launch any attack towards us. And is this offer from Eritrea for Tigray, that Eritrea would remain neutral if Tigray attacked Western Tigray, is it attractive for Tigray? PM Abiy could make an offer to Tigray too, that Ethiopian National Defense Force will gradually take control of entire Western Tigray, Humera Volkai Sagade, and hand over the territory to Tigray. So through PM Abiy, maybe Tigray can retake Western zone without fighting. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe. We have been hearing from Amhara politician. We heard from North Guntur administrator a few months ago. He was out saying that ENDF had told administration in Volkai Sagade that administration would be disbanded, new administration would be elected, IDBs would return, and then the decision will be made about the status of Volkai Sagade. So maybe PM Abiy can make a better offer. Third point, this one, that Tigray could be offered, is being offered by Eritrea, that Tigray can retake Western Tigray, Eritrea won't intervene. Fourth point of this new narrative is that Tigray should work towards independence. Eritrea is ready to recognize Tigray's independence. Tigray should take control of Western Tigray, Humera Volkai Sagade, disputed territory, and then it can announce independence. Eritrea will recognize Tigray, it will support independent Tigray country. New narrative launched by Eritrean government. Now let's analyze this narrative. Who to trust? Question for Tigray is who to trust. Should Tigray trust Ethiopian PM Abiy or Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki? I don't think Tigray is sleeping. Tigray leaders, TPLF leaders are seasoned politicians and journalists. I don't think they are sitting idle. They would be in talks. deciding what to do. They know something big is brewing. They'll have to take a position. And both sides will try to approach them. Eritrea, Ethiopian federal government, maybe Amhara too. So they would be in talks, I think. Question for them is who to trust. Can they trust Ethiopian PM Abiy? Ethiopian PM Abiy wanted to crush TPLF. He could not. He agreed to sign peace deal with Tigray. And now PM Abiy needs Tigray's support in the war against Fano, in the war against Eritrea. Eritrea wanted to crush TPLF. It could not because PM Abiy backtracked, withdrew, and signed a peace deal. TPLF could not be crushed. Who to trust? This is the most important question for Tigray, firstly. Secondly, there is no doubt that Tigray wants its territories, especially Western Tigray. Siege paralyzed people of Tigray, forces of Tigray, and because of 2-year-long siege, people of Tigray could not continue the war. Tigray, at any cost, wants to retake the corridor to Sudan. How can Tigray retake this corridor? Without fighting or through fighting? Ideally, Tigray would like to retake this area without fighting. Eritrea is not offering this area to Tigray without fighting. Eritrea says, fight, take it. We won't intervene. PM Abiy, I think, may be offered to give back the area to Tigray. Discussions were held, talk of referendum as well. Tigray has some hope of retaking without fighting if it aligns itself with Abiy. Though Tigray cannot trust Abiy too. Maybe PM Abiy can change sides tomorrow, saying that a referendum will be held, saying that Tigray Amhara should talk. So anything can happen. That is why most important question for Tigray is who to trust. And can Tigray forget what Eritrea did? War was not between Tigray. War was not between Tigray and Eritrea. It was between Tigray and federal government. Had there been no Eritrean involvement, had there been no combat drones, had there been no siege of Tigray, TDF would have been in Addis Ababa. TDF, Tigray channels, they say in the private conversation that whatever happened to Tigray forces, to people of Tigray, in terms of destruction, devastation, its responsibility lies with Eritrea. Because Eritrea helped Ethiopian national defense. This is the situation. I don't want to give my conclusion about what is going to happen, though I am clear what is going to happen. But let's leave it to the people of Tigray, people of Eritrea, leadership of the two sides to decide what to do. But Tigray has gained importance in this changed situation, political situation in the Horn of Africa. Tigray was down and out a few months ago. Eritrea, Ethiopian federal government were dismissing Tigray as not a force to reckon with. But suddenly, Tigray is back in action. Now, Ethiopian federal government wants Tigray's support. Eritrean government wants Tigray's support. What will Tigray do? That remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.